Hello friends, I am Nancy Thompson with createwithnancy.com, and I'm coming to you today for Facebook Live, and we are sweet talking today. So are you ready for a little sweet talk with me? So come and say hello. I forgot to load my comments, so I know that you're here today. Yes, let me know if you're joining in for a little sweet talk today, okay? I am going to share with you some cards, projects that you can use for Valentine's Day with this new designer paper that's going to be available in our next mini catalog, the January through June 2022 mini catalog. So if you're joining in, say hello. And again, I'm Nancy Thompson with createwithnancy.com, and I'm coming to you from Skaneateles, New York. We had a little bit of snow this morning and it has disappeared. So, hi Shirley, welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. And Ellen, same to you. Happy New Year. Yes, I know it's just a few days away. I can't believe I kind of I actually, over the weekend, I took time and I really did no stamping. Can you believe that? So, hi Kathy, welcome to you as well, and Pat and Gail. Oh, you're gonna catch some of this, wonderful. But definitely, yeah, enjoy your time with your grandson at the movies. So, we will just kind of get started, I guess, because I do have quite a few projects to share with you today, and I want to show you this gorgeous Sweet Talk. Sweet. I just need to, I forgot to check to see what page it is on in the mini catalog. So it's on page 8. It's a whole suite of product. There's a stamp set and dies that can be bundled. There's a new embossing folder, a gingham embossing folder as well. And also some sweet little boxes that are perfect for to fill up with all kinds of treats. So, and of course, my favorite is the iridescent rhinestone jewels. We're going to use those today. They are absolutely spectacular. So, I would highly recommend that you put those first on your wish list come January 4th. And of course, we have a new ribbon and this beautiful designer paper, which is really fun and whimsical to use. So hi Colleen and Debbie and Charlotte and Anne, happy holidays to you all. Okay, so I got rid of the catalog, so I guess we can see the desktop now. So this is the bundle. There's a set of dies, and for the life of me, I'm missing one more die. It's here in my office. I used it, I dropped it in some, I think it's got to be. I've looked through it once and I didn't find it, but there's another die that does this whole row of hearts here, which is really, really kind of cool. Isn't that neat? And then there's, you know, other hearts that string together. These just cut out the hearts, and these you could also cut out your cardstock or your designer paper and put like a peekaboo behind it as well. And then we've got some other mini hearts, a little tiny tag, another tag label there. Here's a really cool tag as well. And also this folds up into like a little tiny envelope. Okay, so let me so I've been die cutting, okay? I always like to save my die cuts, so as I'm designing, it's very easy to work with stuff. So here's kind of like the little envelope package here. So just imagine the different uses for that. It could be a heart as well. If you think about it, you're going to cut off this and that and create your own little heart. I don't know. Let me go like that. So can you guys, let me grab some Post-it notes here. And this might help you visualize just a little bit better. Okay, so there's your heart right there with that die. So versatility, okay? And it doesn't really leave that much of an impression in it, okay? So just kind of coolness. All right, so let's get stamping, okay? So here's let's look at the stamp set again. Really cute, you know, words inside if you wanted to leave them. But I'm going to show you a way how you can cover these up, okay? And just, we've got the solid kind of watercolory look to it as well. And of course we've got our X's and O's. These two here layer inside one another, and some other little embellishments, okay? So you could, I just thought of this, you could make some flowers with this as well, okay? This could be your petals. So I'm going to have to play around with that because we're going to use this set again next week, okay? So I want to show you the versatility of how you can have lots of ideas and when you invest in some product as well, okay? All right, so let's just, let's see the designer paper as well. Okay, I forgot to rinse out my chamois because I'm going to need to clean a stamp, I think. So don't be afraid to like hold on to your, to die cut stuff when you're doing. Okay, I think all my stamps are clean. So we've got this beautiful paper with all this fun candy on it, you know, which could be used for any time. But I think it would be like really cool birthday paper as well. And you could fussy cut a lot of these candies out. Let me move it a little bit closer. Okay, so they're not hard to fussy cut out, okay? And you could use the dies to cut out some of these hearts as well. Yeah, because, let me see here. I'm pretty sure these will kind of fit over top, and you could die cut your heart out here because it's the same shape as the little die here as well. Okay, so versatility is the name of the game here. All right, so let's look at the flip side. So we've got kind of like a watercolor splash background. A lot of their papers, their packages of designer paper kind of have like a you know, a focus point and then kind of geometric, more subtle type paper for you to use. So this paper here is what I kind of set aside and didn't really use on any of my projects because I wanted to use the hearts in this to embellish with. So that way, if you did want to invest in the stamp set or the dies, you could just use this to work with, okay? Just use your paper, all right? So, and then here's the flip side. Flip side's got all kinds of Valentine type words, okay? All right, I love these stripes. I think these are really universal. You use anytime, and of course we have multiple of hearts on a whole field of hearts here, which are kind of fun. These are really nice too. These hearts, and then here's the flip side. I love this. This is really versatile. The Highland Heather stripes, and then these are cool as well. These little tiny ones. So, and then here's the flip side. We've got these remind me of like the candy heart boxes. So we've got all kinds of hearts over here. So these could be fussy cut if you really wanted to. Okay. And then finally, we've got heart and lollipops here, okay? You can kind of faintly see the sticks on there, all right? And then the flip side is, you know, I'm not quite sure what these are meant to be. So if anybody has a guess on this design, let me know, okay? Because in the stamp set, there is kind of like this. So I'm not quite sure, you know, what this is really meant to be. So anyways, okay, so let's get on with this project that I have to share with you today. So we're going to create this card, all right? So this one I made very Valentine-y, okay, Valentine's, all right? But I used the stamp sets in here with my hearts and die cut it out. But let's use it with just the designer paper and kind of make it into like a birthday, okay? So hello to those that are just joining in. Hi, Betty and Jane and Angela. Welcome. And let's let's just check it out here to see. I'm just kind of just double checking to make sure my feed is going okay. There we go. All right, so I forgot to put some paper here. Okay, so let's start with, we're going to start with this stripe design, okay? And I'm going to have measurements on my blog in the next 24 hours, okay? So make sure you go visit there at createwithnancy.com, okay? And let's just, and this is Highland Heather here, so we're going to layer this onto here, okay? There we go. And then we're going to put it onto our base of white cardstock, basic white cardstock. Okay. And we're just gonna, just a half sheet of basic white. We'll center this. And I've already die cutted the ends here of this pieces, so saffron. So we're gonna put this in the middle. Okay. Let's see here. Just want to center this pretty much. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm using a stitch label die here. Okay, just one of the smaller ones. It just kind of fits nicely in there. You know what? I feel like I'm crooked. I am crooked. Boy, that's really off. Hold on. Let's see if we can lift this. See, I should have gone this way to see whether I'm straight or not. Okay, I think that looks better. All right, so we're going to put this on with dimensionals. So let's just build up this. So we're going to take these hearts. Remember I just started die cutting all the hearts, and I love to kind of like save them and put them in these empty embellishment containers. Okay, and I even die cutted a bunch of these tiny little hearts, so I can do all kinds of creative stuff here. Okay, all right, so we're gonna start with just gonna kind of build, because you want to just kind of get a feel as to how you want to lay out your hearts. Okay, so let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit. Okay, there we go. So it's got initials on these. We got BFF, text me, you are cute. If this was, you know, I think this could be for a guy or a happy birthday type card, or just even a thinking of you, but we really don't want those initials on there. Okay, so let's take a 1/2-inch strip of scrap cardstock here, and look at that. It's just gonna cover those right up. All right, did I use 1/2 inch? Yeah, I did. Let me see. This looks awful wide. It's a hair wide. We're gonna just kind of go with this one. This one's a little bit skinnier, and I don't know. We'll just go with the one I've already pre-stamped. So I've used this out of, let me grab the stamp set, because you can use any stamp sets. There's a lot of stamps. You could do a little versatility by piecing them together. So this came out of the One Happy family. I love the happy birthday in this. Okay, so we're using that. They're just small little type of words. Sure do love you. That could even go on there if you really wanted to make it Valentine-y. I love your kind heart as well, which would be a really cool one. So this is a little I'm so proud of you. Just a great versatile set when you just want a little strip of words in it. Okay, all right, so this is just going to kind of go over top of this. All right, so let's I think what I'm going to do is put some adhesive on the back side of here first, and you could just play around and kind of get a feel as to whatever you would like to do. You know, what way does it best for you? Because then this way I can kind of pick up what I want to not show. Okay, Oh, that looks kind of good. What do you guys think? I think that looks pretty darn good. You can just play with it. And I just put it on lightly, so if I wanted to maneuver it a little bit, I could, okay? All right. Taking a break from shoveling. Oh, Betty, yes, I've heard the weather is just really bad out that way. And do you have really cold temperatures too? Oh, you can keep that your way. So we're going to just put this on flat, okay? And we're going to dimensionalize this for our card though, okay? Yes, we have rain here right now, and hopefully that's the way it's going to stay. I'm okay with this mild winter. Here we go. We're kind of up and down. All right. So, yep. So don't you love that? Thanks, Pat. I love this, you know. So don't think that hearts is just for Valentine's Day, you know. So let's add this onto here. Okay. And I've already pre-tied a bow. We have this new faux linen ribbon that goes in this suite. So we'll just add this with a glue dot. And there we go. We're going to put that down there. And I broke out a new pair of scissors today. I've been needing some new snips here because they were not cutting my ribbon at all. So, and I always tie a different color ribbon on it, so I know these are my newest pair. So that's just a little tip I like to do. If you have multiple pairs, I have way too many pairs of scissors. Okay, so there we go. So still needs a little bit of bling. Okay, let's see. So we are going to use these gorgeous, because I've used these in the past, rhinestones. Remember these iridescent? Look, aren't they just gorgeous? Oh, the catalog does not do it justice. They're just subtle enough that you just are going to love them. Okay, so there's 3 sizes, so I'm going to take one of each of the 3 sizes, and you just kind of swipe it a little bit, and that kind of helps you. I'm going to put it in the biggest area. Slide it. So you just kind of, let's see, I'm not in camera. You just kind of use your pick tool and swipe it, and it should pick it up. Okay. No, do I want that there? I think I want it more. It's too close to this. I guess that is still kind of close. Let's move this down. Oh, the glue dot didn't want to come. I didn't pick it up. So this is called surgery here. Let's see if I can do this without ruining the card. You know what? I'm going to take a new glue dot because I fubbed that up. And we'll move this. I didn't think this out too easily. I'm going to move that down just a little bit. And then let's grab a little tiny one here. And we'll go down there. Okay, so, and we got a little boo-boo, but that's okay. All right, so there's our outside of our card, but let's dress up the inside. So we're going to use Happy Birthday. So I'm pulling in another stamp set that I love, and we're going to use that twice. Let's see. Oh, it's this one. This is a new celebration choice here called Special Moments. This is so cool. You can get this for free with a $100 order because celebration is just right around the corner. It starts January 4th, and this could be one of your choices during celebration. So we are using For Someone Who Is Wonderful in Each and Every Way, okay? So that's the greeting we're going to use, and let's grab in some memento here, and let's ink this up. You know what? Just because photopolymer, sometimes you should use your foam pad. This is one of the Stamparatus foam pads. I love using this. It's thin and I can keep it on my desk. Okay, and that looks crooked. but that's okay. It's staying. All right, so let's embellish it with a little bit more ink as well. So in this stamp set are the 2 hearts that layer, okay? So let me show you a little trick here, all right? Let's see. Let's move those out of the way because we are done with those. We're going to use Poland Gorgeous Grape because I think that's one of the colors in there, and maybe not. I guess it was Highland Heather, but I wanted a little bit of a contrast, okay? So if you were to take and do the solid heart here first, okay? And then take the outline, and I'm going to have to get in camera. Actually, I did pretty good. It's off a little tiny bit here, okay? Right in this upper corner. It's off just a little tiny bit. I find it's a little easier if you take the outline. I'm going to stamp down here a little bit farther so I can see, and then do the solid part to fill it in, okay? It's definitely a little bit easier, I find, because you can see there's so much more solid to see and move it around. I love to die cut and then take everything out, and it's almost as, yes, Gail, I love your little tip. That's great. I'm kind of looking at the comments. Oh yeah, Angela, your kids do need snow. Okay, so let's stamp. Where do we want to put these? I think we're just going to go underneath, okay? So we're doing the outline first, okay? And then we're going to do the solid part here. And you can just see just how to angle it. Look at that. Isn't that just perfect? So, the little tip there, you always experiment when you've got 2-step stamping to see on certain stamps. It doesn't go for everything. You know, when you've got outlines like this, when they match up perfectly, to kind of see which way, which one you should stamp first. Obviously, if it's something that gives it a highlight of something, it's always the base is first with your lighter color, and then as you build up, as the stamps get smaller, the images, then you go to darker. Okay. All right. So I guess we should have done an envelope. Happy birthday. Let's do, I forgot to pull these out. Let's do X and O. Okay. We'll just do that on the outside of the envelope. Or we'll keep it simple. Here we go. Let's just grab a couple of blocks here. And, okay, let's open up our ink pads again. Let's go with Highland Heather. I'm going to plan out my design first, okay? Before I go and ruin an envelope, okay? Don't be afraid to do that. Let's do, that's really light. Maybe my ink pad needs to be, I don't know. How does that look? I'm not good with this. How does an X and O look? That's my problem. Okay, we'll go with that. So let's just go like this. And then, do I have the right color? You know what? I think I did Gorgeous Grape. So we are going to just leave it like this. Okay, that's good. How's that? Oh, maybe we'll try this again on the back side, all right? So Highland Heather first, because I do like the X and O, but I used the wrong color. And let's make sure. I'm going to press hard because I want the XO to be more prominent. How did I do that? Okay. Oh well, there we go. It's not perfect, but it's an envelope, like the double heart on the front of the envelope. Thanks, Gail. Okay. XO looks like Valentine. Okay, Colleen. But it's happy birthday. You love them too for their birthday, right? So it'll be fine. Maybe I'll use it for the Valentine card and redo it simply. But that would be fine for the Valentine and everything. Okay, maybe I could do it in like a green, so it's not as Valentine-y. We'll work on that afterwards. Okay, so let's move on to the next project I have for you guys. So it's been a while since we've done this style card. Who remembers the Slimline card? Okay, so we are going to create a Slimline card. So here's the Valentine style right here, okay? And I got like a little XO in there, all right? And then here's the envelope. And we just simply put an address label on here so you can mail it, okay? So yes, very simple. It fits in here, and this is mailable. Okay. Oh, I forgot one thing. That's what I totally forgot is when you go to mail this, you want to put some tear tape here. Okay. Totally forgot that. There we go. So that way that finishes off the card. So just try not to keep it, my bow's a little bulky feeling, but it should be fine. Okay, I don't think it's, I don't know, you might need to do a little extra postage, okay? Lots of times if you use, this one doesn't work as well. I think this one's a little thinner. If you use the guide on the older trimmers as kind of like for you to pass through, so it could be a little thick, and you would need to add like an extra stamp for being wider than normal. Okay. All right. So let me show you how to make this. This is so easy. I love these fun cards. Just it opens up differently. You could open it up this way. You just would have to do your base measurements a little differently. That's all. But I love this, and I love the tiny envelope. Okay, these would also make great cards for Christmas time as well. Okay, all right, so let's see how we're going to make this into a birthday card. We are going to use the opposite side of the paper, which I think is a little less birthday-ish. Okay, we're going to use basic white for our base, and we're pulling in, so there's our front. We're going to use this, and Pool Party we're going to pair it with, and we've got some Pool Party and basic white for the inside. And let me just show you a little tip. So when you start with 12 by 12 designer paper, I got blurry. Hang on, what happened here? I must have touched my camera, guys. So let's zoom back out and see if that helps. Sorry about that. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Yep, I must have hit the camera stand. Okay, so let me show you a little tip on how to cut your paper. So you start with 12 by 12, okay? I first cut off 4 inches because we need 8 inches. We need an 8-inch square, okay? So I cut off the 4 inches, and this is like perfect to use with some other cards because, you know, you use 4 inches by 5 1/4 for like a card front, okay? So it's perfect. And then you just really want to pay attention to your design, so that's all, as to how you want to cut it, all right? And then there's another 4-inch piece, 4 by 8-inch piece as well. So this could still be 2 cards there as well, okay? So still lots of use out of that paper, but you are going to need some of it for the front of your card. Okay. This is like 3 by 5 1/8. So you would just need to decide which piece. I'd probably cut it off this piece. I don't know. It just depends on what other cards you want to make. Okay. Okay. So we're going to do the envelope in a minute. Let's work on the card here. Okay. So let's layer up our card here. And I got to think how I was going to do this again. Yeah, I'm going to use red. Okay. Phew, take a breath. All right. So let's adhere our designer paper onto Pool Party. And all the measurements will be on my blog tomorrow. Okay. So just relax and enjoy the presentation. So, hey Elaine, thanks for joining. And yes, Christmas can be 360 days a year, right, Jane? Okay, so we are going to then take some of this linen ribbon, and we need 14 and 2. We need 16 inches is what I found worked great for doing this. And I'm going to look at, where do I want my ribbon? Which end do I want? I think I'm going to put it at this end. Okay. So we will just center it and tie the bow. And it doesn't need to be a big bow, just kind of petite. You could also do, lots of people like to make faux bows. I've just never been one to do that. I find this easy to do. Okay, so let's see. Hey Louise, you haven't been here in a while. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I can't imagine what time it is there where you are in the UK. Here we go. So we got a bow that's not laying right. I feel like it's off. Okay. I think that's good. I'm going to cut my tails when I'm done. And we're going to slide this down because I want my bow kind of low. Give it a little twirl. There we go. So we'll see if we end up changing that, okay? So we're going to pull in our Taylor tag punch, okay? This makes it great because I'm just doing this. It's what I used on this one. I'm just mimicking this design, okay? Oh, good. It's 8:40 at night. Good end of the evening watching a video and stamping. Okay, so we're going to use the Taylor tag punch and a piece of scrap paper. So the other word that I'm going to use, I love this happy birthday in here, okay? But, hold on, I got to fix something here. But unfortunately, hold on, my stamp is not on the tag right. But unfortunately, it does not fit in this punch, okay? It's a little bit too long. So hold on to your seats because I did a little surgery and I separated the two, okay? So that way, because they can still line up. If you do just a nice even cut, they're going to line up together, okay? You can see how they will line up with each other again. So you have the long strip, okay? But for this purpose, I love to be able to stack these. So I'm going to use my grid paper, okay? I hope. I'm going to try to. If it doesn't, photopolymer is sticky. And let's just kind of line these up. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then we can test it out, all right? And then grab it with your stamp, all right? First, let's make sure we've got enough room here. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. All right, so I'm just kind of testing to make sure it's gonna fit in the punch, number one. Now let's see if we're straight. That's number two. Because let's just check this out. Hey, that looks pretty darn good, I think. All right, so let's go with that. So let's stamp it on our scrap piece of paper here. And looking for my foam mat here. And if you find like your photopolymer isn't inking well, especially if it's a new set, take and wash it, okay? And after a while too, if your stamps aren't sticking to the block, sometimes we get residue on the back side. Just rinse them under water, warm water, and let them dry, air dry. I put the stamp side down so that the flat side is up, and let them air dry, okay? All right, doesn't that just look gorgeous? I love the font of this. So remember, this is another celebration choice. Let's just get it. It just fits in there perfectly. Look at that. And there we go. So we've got our words there. All right, let's move that out of the way. So how are we going to, let's add in some hearts for this, okay? So we're gonna, I'm thinking this is a great guy card, so let's pull in a pool party heart and let me grab one of these. One of the gable greens, okay? So there's a green here. There we go. Now these say you're cute and BFF. So we really don't want those on there again as well, okay? What size block am I using? Louise, I'm using an H size block, okay? Oh, good, Sharon. I'm glad you're loving these cards. They're just perfect. So I'm going to kind of just decide how to lay these out. I think I want the fatter one on top and the skinnier one down here, okay? So just get a feel, just kind of that whimsical feel. Okay, I think I like that. So I'm going to just use a glue dot. This roll is on the reverse side. So I'm just going to lift that up and give it a little tuck, okay? And same with on this side, because this is going to get dimensionalized, all right? Let's see. There we go. So I think that looks pretty good, and I'm stuck a little bit. Hopefully there's enough dimensional. All right, but we still got those words showing, okay? So let's, do you find that good for getting sometimes the larger block, Louise, is better to use because you can see both sides of it, up and down. It all just kind of depends, okay, on what you're doing. And also the Stamparatus is a great tool to use too when you're stamping. Okay, so let's pull out a, I meant to load these. We're gonna use a glue dot, we're using a pool party, and a granny apple green. I called it gable green before, I think. So we're gonna just kind of do the opposite here. We're gonna just kind of hide those words up, and nobody would even really know. I'm thinking, I think we need one more. What do you guys think? I'm stuck again. You think that looks okay? Is it covered up enough for you? I think it's probably okay. We'll go with it. So now I can see by doing this first, now I can see where I really need dimensionals, because we're going to dimensionalize this. So let's add some dimensionals here. We'll try to catch some of that. Tag a little bit. Let's do one more for good measure right there. Okay, so let's add our tag. let's see, did we, I didn't check this out before. You know what, I'm gonna just kind of put this down and then I can adjust my ribbon. That's why I wait to do the ribbon last. Slide it over. What do you guys think? Just a little bit more. And then we got to put this on our, I didn't show you guys, did I, very fast? I think that looks okay. So let's trim this. You never know. Sometimes I can't make up my mind. I got the old scissors there. Okay, we've got that. There we go. So let's put some dimensionals on here. Just gonna do 4 because we've got quite a few bulk here. Okay, and you could do this flat if you wanted to, but I like this, the height there. So let's, so this is only 3 1/4 by 11, our base here. And we will, I like the white base on here. It just looks bright, happy, don't you think? What do you guys think? It just looks bright, a good birthday-ish. But let's add some more gems. We need a little bling here. So let's add some gems here. I guess I had that off already. Let me think here. Yeah, where do I want to add these? I think I'm just gonna go like here, and I think I'm just gonna go here and here, and then we'll just do a bigger one. The big one's a little harder over here. Okay, so there's the front of our card. Okay, so let's do our inside. So the inside is really simple. We are going to simply layer these 2 together. Okay. Pool party's the same size as on the front, and the white's the same size as the designer paper. Okay. Let's put this inside. Back into this double layering again. All right, so for words, I thought it'd be kind of fun to do something a little different. So let's use this, grab our scrap paper again, and this one says, to someone who is wonderful in each and every way. Let's just stamp it here. Okay, give it a little dry time there. And then we're gonna pull in our heart punch. So don't forget to use your punches a little bit, using the different style punches, just to add a little bit more texture and versatility, you know, and you're using your product more and more. Okay, so there is a double layer one. I've already kind of pre-punched that out with the granny apple. So we're going to layer these 2 together. Okay, onto each other. There we go. And then we'll put this on flat as well, right here on the inside of our card. And there's still plenty of room for you to write. So hopefully that looks straight. All right. So what do you guys think? Do you love it? You like today's cards? Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. And you just had a birthday yesterday, so happy belated birthday. And thanks, Jane, too. Appreciate it. Can you cover unwanted words with a blender pen? No, you cannot. Blender pen would just move the ink around, Colleen. So yeah, not, you know, you want to cover it up with something, okay? Whether it's another piece of cardstock. So like, say I really, if you really wanted to bring a little texture in this, okay, you could take, let me grab this stamp set again, okay? let me grab a piece of scrap here, okay? And this is a good question, Colleen. I'm just going to grab a light piece. I don't have a piece of Pool Party at the moment here on my desk, so let's just stamp it on here, okay? And you could then take your scissors and cut it apart like this. Let's see here. You just tidy up the ends here. And so you could just take and mat it a little bit as well. Does that help you out, Colleen? My scissors are sharp. They are. They're brand new. These ones are. Definitely. I mean, and they last forever. Our snips do. And they're only $10, $9.95, I believe. So hopefully that helps you, Colleen. Okay, so there's an idea if you like, and also, I mean, I'd probably use Pool Party here, that you could add just more texture and to your card as well, interest. Okay, so let's make this gorgeous envelope, okay? So you're gonna need a trimmer, and you just cover up a few things here and make a little bit of room because I want you guys to see what I'm doing, okay? So depending on, you want to pay attention to directional paper, okay? Let me get a good example of one design. Okay, here's a good example of a design, all right? Whoops, my paper's flying all over. Okay, so just envision when you're doing your envelope, okay? If you want this to be the inside of your envelope, this is the way you want it facing up, okay? Because when you fold your envelope flap down, your hearts are going to be the right way. But if you wanted this on the outside of your envelope and they were facing up, like we've got it here, look what happens to it. That's your envelope flap. And then this is what's underneath, okay? So you have to do the opposite. So this is your envelope, okay, that you want on the outside, the heart on the outside. So you want your hearts going the wrong way, facing up. And this is the measurement you would use for your flap because this is smaller. This is going to be a 2-inch measurement. And the other one is 5.5, is 2.5 inches. This is a little bit wider down here. So that way your pattern is going appropriate. The back side's going to be a little different, but it just all depends. I guess it's better if you do have kind of like an all over pattern. So no matter which way you do it, it's going to look great. Okay. What did I do on this one? Okay, let me make sure, because I thought I had an envelope already. Okay, next week we'll kind of go over that again because I'm going to showcase more projects next week. Whoops, why am I taking that away? Okay, so I at least want my hearts going this way, not this way, all right? So we're going to score the sides of our envelope first, okay? So it's a simple score mark. It's 1 inch, okay? Just slightly score 1 inch on both sides. Okay, there we go. And then you're going to choose whichever end you want, okay? So we're going to just have, it's just 2 simple measurements. 2 inches, okay, is what you're going to do. And then slide it down to 5.5 inches. All right, and that's it. Just got to measure this. Yeah, this is a 2.5 inch panel. So this one's a little bit bigger, but you could just flip it around if you wanted to. Okay, so simply, let's move that out of the way. Simply press your seams on all your envelopes, and I've done these in the past, Slimlines. I'll try to link some past posts using the Slimline envelopes. This is a mini one, okay? I'm calling it a mini Slimline, okay? So we're simply going to, sometimes depending on your pattern, it's easier to, you know, maybe trim it on the back side. So it doesn't really matter which side, whichever one is easier for you to cut, okay? And I'll put a little pattern there. So we're going to cut out our corners here, okay? And you know what, we're going to just, this is the bottom flap. I am going to just give it a little bit of an angle cut just so it takes that off. This is going to stay straight, and we will trim this one off as well, okay? And boy, I've been talking too long here. I gotta speed it up here, okay? So there we go. And we will do this as well, okay? And remember, I've used these when I've done these as a scrap card, so don't feel like you got to throw them away. So we're going to pull in our punch, okay? We're going to punch this corner, this corner, this corner, and this corner. Whoops, I forgot to angle this end. These two bottom one I angled just so when you fold this over, there's not like a ton of bulk here. Just gives it a little bit, because we're going to fold up our flaps like this. Okay, if you didn't want to round your corners, they could be straight, but I think this would be great to soften these two corners to round up. And you know what? I wanted this to be my inside. So let's make sure we do that. All right, because I want to do the opposite. So let's first, when you're using the trio punch, there's guides on here, okay? 2 guides. And this is where you want to make sure that your cardstock fits against both of those guides, nice and straight. And you push down in the center, okay? And it gets a really pretty, nice, even corner, okay? So now when we're doing the flaps, you might want to just kind of, you're going to want to fold this one down so that way it creates a nice angled for you. And then we're going to do the same thing to this one and to this one. Okay, so we've got our 2 angles. So look at that. Very easy. So that was the hardest part to do. So we're going to put some adhesive just here on this end. I'm going to use tear tape, but if you had Seal Plus, that would be great. So we're going to just put it down here. And I don't know, even though you can use the tear tape and tear it, I'm always cutting it because I like the nice even edge. So remember, with tear tape, you need to press on it so that it releases the tape. And before we forget, let's put this across our flap, because whoever gets this is going to want to mail it. Okay, so it'll all be ready for mailing. So we're simply going to take our tape off these 2 short sides and simply fold this up. Take your time and fold it up. Okay, and there is your gorgeous envelope. Okay, so simply, what did I do with those? I've got some address labels. We're just going to attach one here, and hopefully you have one for your own return address as well. Okay, and your stamp should be fine. I've mailed them before, so it should be easy for you to do. So there is your 2 cards. So what do you guys think? Does it look birthday enough and not Valentine enough? Okay, let me know if you think if I did my job. Did I make it look so you've got another use besides Valentine's Day? And I want to just point out too, let's see, nope, I don't want to do that, hang on. I also want to tell you that I'm also have tutorials for you if you're anybody who does a $50 purchase will get these, how many are there? I think there's 18 or 16 tutorials here for free. It's just a great PDF. It comes as a PDF file for you as well. So hopefully, and I have a new one that's going to be coming in January as well, for anybody who does a $50 purchase. Okay. You like them both. Oh, good. And I'm glad you love them both. And yes, I've done this size before, Deb Meek. So it's just, you just forget about stuff. There's just so much to learn and do. Okay. So don't forget too, there is Paper Pumpkin, the next one coming up. Oh no, that's the past one. I'm going to be sharing some stuff about that soon, because this next Paper Pumpkin is just adorable. With the hearts and everything. It's Kisses and Hugs is the next one. I guess I didn't load that up at any point. So just remember, here's my December host code if you still need to order something. All of these products I shared today aren't available until January 4th. Okay, so the online ordering is open on January 4th, so that's when you can place your order in my online store. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And thank you for joining me for a little bit of creative ink today with you. And I guess it is New Year's, and I wish you a happy and healthy New Year. And I will be back on January 5th with some more sweet talk again. I've got a few more projects I still want to share with you. There's those cute little treat boxes to share, and some more card ideas too. So to show you Valentine's versus all occasions. So, okay, everybody, thanks for joining in, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year. Bye-bye.